We have another young Indian with us, part of the Voice of the Young segment. Hello, everyone. Good to be back. Right now, we have with us Souvik Mahato. Let's listen to him. Over to you, Souvik.
Thank you, sir, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to express my views. Uh, my name is Souvik Mahato, and I am currently pursuing Master of Science in Quantitative Economics from Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. And I would like to talk about my journey, to be honest, like how has been my uh, journey in economics so far. First of all, to begin with, like I uh, I didn't have economics in my 11, 12 or up till 10. I had uh, physics, chemistry, maths, pure science, and I was somewhat more focused towards engineering because the place where I come from, it's a small town in Paschim Bardhaman. It's called Durgapur. So there
Durgapur is
the
Durgapur is also a big
yeah
city in West Bengal, right? So that's not where you are from.
no, I'm from Durgapur. Matlab, I have grown up in Durgapur actually. Uh, and for my studies, I am now in Kolkata.
Okay, but is this a big industrial town or is it a small town?
Uh, I mean, compared to Kolkata, it's a small town, but yeah, it's an industrial town, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right.
It's growing up, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right, good. Just yeah, let's
So
continue. Yeah.
yeah, uh, so in Durgapur, the what the traditional culture is like a boy after who is somewhat quite well good in studies has to take science, and then after that he joins some coaching institute like Vidzi, Agas, something like that, Allen, and then he has to uh, study and prepare for engineering or medical without either knowing what he actually wants. So I also, seeing my friends and also from the society pressure, I also did it. And I joined Akash. But after 1, 2 months, I couldn't follow their curriculum. It was somewhat I couldn't, matlab, it was a bit heavy for me. So I had to leave it and I took tuitions. Uh, so as we can understand, the craze of IITs is too much in Durgapur. Like someone who, if he gets an IIT, he's considered like a celebrity kind of. So,
Okay.
so from in my mind, it was built in like कि I have to do IIT or something like that because it's a big thing. So the goal was set in my mind, irrespective of knowing whether I want to do engineering or no. So I prepared it after 12. I was a bit weak in chemistry. Physics, I liked it and I was average, physics and maths. Chemistry, I was weak. So what happened is like I didn't get very good rank. It was around, I think, 60K or something like that. So it was very bad as compared to getting 90 because in IIT you have to get within 10K or something like that. So I was very sad. My parents were very sad, and it was a very lowest phase of my life, I can say, because my friends uh, who were well, comparable or similar to me, like uh, I cannot compare them with anyone, but my closest friends, they were getting into IITs or NITs, and
Yeah.
I wasn't getting into any. So the one of my teachers where I went to tuition for maths, he suggested like you can go to economics because it suits you the best. And economics, I was like, I didn't know anything. I don't know E of economics at that time. So I decided that okay, maybe it's better than engineering, so let's do
Both are from E anyway. What's the
it.
difference? E for
Yeah,
engineering, E for economics. You
E,
are just
E
stuck in
for
the letter
economics.
E, right?
Yeah, right,
Oh,
right.
okay, so let's continue.
So, so I and at that time the the COVID was also just well, arriving, so there was lockdown. And what happened? The BSc colleges in I applied to undergrad colleges in Kolkata, and at that time, what happens that there was no entrance test. They watch the class 12 marks and directly uh, take admission. So, so I got admission into Scottish Church College. It's a prestigious college in Kolkata, Scottish Church College. So I started reading economics, got the intuition. I somehow started liking it. I was, but I was not like sure that what I'll do after that economic BSc. Like, do I really want to do masters or something else? I was not sure. My path was not defined, well defined. So there were some of my friends. I had a friend circle. So there I saw everyone was preparing something. So I was a bit curious. I saw they were preparing some problems, MCQs. I was asking for what? Are they again preparing for IIT or what? So then they said that it's they are preparing for masters entrance. And I was like, okay, so what next? And then they told me things about ISI, DSC, Delhi School of Economics, IJ. Later, huh, as I later I got to know that even IITs offer economics,
Yes.
and yeah, and I was very excited after knowing that because IIT was my kind of I wanted to go there after 12, and I couldn't crack it at that time, but now I had got a second chance. So the day I got to know about it, I was like, okay, I have got a second chance. I cannot let it go. So uh, I I took a coaching and tuition as well, and I studied like lot. I studied a lot. I had a close group of friends with whom I used to discuss. And the December came of 2022, and there was NSEMS. And the time was difficult because I had Indian economy, and Indian economy there is no prescribed syllabus as such. You have to study like whatever, any question can come. You have to discuss that. So I and there was a huge syllabus in fifth semester in undergrad. So I had to study both simultaneously. And I was like, okay, so as far as I can remember, I was very motivated. Like uh, two things that I learned from my journey. Either there has to be an obsession from within that I have I have to do this, or the motivation comes from discipline. Like if you follow a discipline, even if someone don't get that motivation from within, by discipline, somewhat he can create that
Yes.
motivation.
Okay.
So for IIT, I was automatically disciplined because I was obsessed behind that.
Okay.
Like I have to go there. So the whole day I watched IIT videos and everything, and I was like, okay, I have to get it. I gave mock test, but that part, the mock test was not going as good as I expected. I was getting less than 50% of the marks in mock test, and I was sad because I was keeping like 7, 8 mock test at that time, and I was getting consistently low marks in that. So I thought that uh, how to improve, and I was practicing hard enough, and I really wanted. I was very dedicated, but there was no improvement, and I was sad. But uh, I asked my father, "What am I doing wrong? Like nothing is improving. I'm trying very much." He said to stay persistent, and I followed. Then GATE exam offered. I gave the GATE exam. There is economics in GATE exam now as well. So GATE exam was good for me. I was satisfied, but I was a bit afraid because until GATE exam, I hadn't cracked any competitive exam since then. Like
Ah,
in 12, yeah, I hadn't cracked any competitive exam. So I was afraid like I have done good, but uh, if it went bad, uh, it would be devastating. I gave JAM. JAM exam was average for me. Like the paper was, I thought it's a bit difficult compared to the previous year, but and I was a bit sad because there were some issues in my time management as well. So I was sad, like maybe the second chance also it's gone. Then later I understood that it was difficult in general as well. So maybe there's a hope. So then when the results came, like it was a breakthrough for me because G- GATE result was very good for me. Like when the result came, my parents were very happy. Like they were, they were like crying. They were very happy. And it was a very big thing in my life. Like there are some achievements in life which you can later like refer to when we feel down or sad. So it's uh, one of that achievement. I was very happy. Like it gave me a confidence that yes, I can crack some competitive exams.
okay. I know you don't want to say it, but what was your rank that made your parents so
I
happy?
My rank was 14, All India rank.
14.
Yeah,
Wow. Even I would be happy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Uh,
Thank you,
yeah,
thank
that's
you.
very, I know you are shy to mention it, but we have to know what made your parents cry. So 14, yeah, well done. It's fantastic.
मतलब
Yeah,
they were crying happily,
yeah,
in
I know, I
happiness.
know, I know.
Yeah, yeah,
Crying
yeah.
with joy, right? Joy is so
Yeah.
much that it comes out in the form of tears. Finally, my son has done it. Right? I know.
Okay.
I have children, so I know what they are feeling. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fine. All right. So good. So after gate 14, AIR 14, your life was free, right?
Yeah, मतलब out of nowhere, everyone was giving me so much uh, respect
Yes.
in college, and I was like, okay, that's some new thing. And then that was good.
By
I
the
was
way,
very happy.
please
Huh,
congratulate your parents from me. So,
thank you.
and tell them thank you for not giving up on you, right? So please pass this message to them, right? Okay, let's continue.
Uh,
Yeah.
so, so yeah, so okay. I was like, it was kind of a dream come true for me, like IIT, which I didn't get after my 12th. Now I have got it. So now, 1, 2 months passed, couple of months passed, and I saw that the uh, my friends now are preparing harder for CVT, ISI, these things. And I thought that, like, I looked at the questions of ISI, and it was difficult compared to IIT. And I thought, like, they are preparing for ISI, should I? Because, well, a sense of complacency came in me. Like, should I prepare for ISI because I have got into IIT? I confessed my feeling to my father. Like, I was not feeling like studying for ISI. A sense of complacency came. The motivation was also not coming. And there is a short backstory which I would like to share before
Yeah.
proceeding. After 12th, I gave the exam of ISI in Vidped. Uh, and it was kind of horrible. Like, it was the worst day of my life because the situation there was that the MCQ part I could get through, but the subjective part, I was like, I couldn't uh, matlab, understand the question only, like what the question is trying to say. And and where I was sitting in the back bench, like in the hall, and everyone who was sitting in front of me, they were constantly taking extra seats from and writing, just writing. And I was like, what they're writing? I just can't understand what to write. And I was just sitting there for 2 hours, and I was very sad that day. So getting into ISI was like something like I have become kind of India's greatest intellectual kind of thing. Like the people who go into ISI kind of are like great intellectuals, like they cannot be matched. That was my thought. And during my and my my father also did postgraduate in economics. So he did it in a university which is near to ISI. He did it from Rabindra uh, Bharati University, something like that.
Yeah.
It's near ISI. So he used to uh, uh, live in near Kamarati, and so he used to pass by ISI every time. And so yeah, he also at some point of in his mind wants, well, has a thing about ISI,
Yeah.
but he couldn't go there. So my father told me to study for ISI, and I had argument with him like, why should I work hard again? Like it's very tiring, and ISI, like ISI exam, working hard is a different thing. Like other than working for studying for CVT or other IIT exams. So I was like, I didn't want to, but then my father told me to study and told me to give up this thought that I have achieved now. I'll not study anything. So, and also some of my very close relatives who are actually well, food, they also encouraged me to why I like that thing. So somehow I had to convince my mind. It was the month of April, and the exam was on May, uh, 14 May. And I'm telling the time about the first or second week of April, 2023. So I thought that I'm not getting the motivation from within. So now I have to convince my mind. So what I did was, first of all, I made a timetable of the whole month. Like every week, every day, I have to achieve some small targets. Like this, I have to do, and I make the targets look easy. Like if I have one week, I'll solve two or three past year papers of ISI, and if I could achieve that, I'll keep myself with some anything, listening songs or anything, going out with friends, whatever. So I made that look easy, and I followed that. I followed that to um, to my utmost, and I kind of started to like the process. Like my motivation was not coming from within, but that discipline which I followed somewhat gave me a sense of like something important that I'm doing, and
Right,
that is some greater whole apart from getting into IITs.
right.
So I also create a kind of environment like I after dinner I used to go into the uh, मतलब, chat terrace. I used to go into the terrace and listen to some motivational songs like to constantly make to which made me know that I'm in process. Like there is a song of Pokemon, I would say, the intro song of Pokemon that used to inspire me very much. The story of Ash Ketchum. I used to listen to that. I used to call my close friends. They also used to inspire me. So uh, in matlab, I created an environment that made my mind believe that there is something greater than ISI which I have to achieve.
Yeah,
So the day of the exam came. I prepared ISI well. I'll not say the preparation was excellent 100%, but I gave my best what I could give in 1 month. So with that confidence, I went to ISI exam. Uh, I gave also again the MCQ part was good. The subjective part, uh, I had a time issue because uh, after 1.5 hour, I had done only two problems out of four, and two problems I have to do. So that time was also, matlab, sometimes some time come in our life when we have to take a quick decision. Like MS Dhoni, like we have to either do this or this, and one bad decision can change our whole life. So I made a very good decision at that time, like let's start with this, if not then this. And somehow while doing that, I could solve the question. I solved three questions and some part 40-50% of the next question. So out of four questions, I could solve around three and a half. And it was, I think, enough because I got the interview call. The PB part, the cutoff also was less because it was a bit difficult, which I heard with other of my batchmates. So I got the call for interview, and it was in Delhi, ISI Delhi, and I was very happy. Like uh, I was going to Delhi with my parents, like going out to a city with parents for just uh, like roaming around for or to a relative's house. It's different, but going for an interview call, that feeling with parents is on another level. Like I was very happy that my parents were going to Delhi for the for uh, for the interview of ISN. So it's a great thing that I could take my parents to Delhi for interview. So I went to interview. The professors were very kind and they were very friendly, I would say. They uh, helped me a lot. in the interview, and I was like, I could solve two out of three questions, and the third question, which was actually the easiest one, I a bit faltered in that. But yeah, he said like you have well, told most of the answers, so you can go now. And I was like, no, I want to say more. Like not yet, like a kind of thing. Like the third question, I was a bit nervous. So he told like, okay, you have said enough. Like you can go now. And I was like, okay, I think I have gave my best. Now let's see what happens. And I was after that, I came home, and during the 2 3 days I roamed in Delhi as well. It was a good time. And then the results came, and I got a very good rank in
Okay. Okay.
ISI. I love it was a very good rank, which I didn't, to be honest, I didn't expect that good rank as well. I was expecting okay. And one interesting thing I would like to say, like in my home there is a poster kind of thing, not a poster, on a page I have written two things. Before the IIT exam, I had wrote that I have to get into IIT for MSc, and I somehow got into it. After that, I wrote that I have to do MSQE in ISI Kolkata, and also I mentioned the rank. And well, I think God was it was just building up inside me. Like God just uh, was saying that how much effort I could take. And also, well, what I've just written, it actually well,
Right. Right.
came true actually. So what I just understood that hard work is like inevitable. Like you have to do it if you want to achieve something, achieve your dream. Now, the motivation, which is the fuel for that hard work, either yeah, someone has to be in a constant discipline, constant process to gather that motivation, or there is some reason for inner motivation. But since that is limited, like because you will not get inner motivation always, so I think discipline is important. Like going through a process, like there were times during my preparation when I was studying late at night, and I was looking in front of the mirror and thinking like, why am I doing all this? Why
Mm,
giving so much things, so
mm.
much torture to myself? And yeah, but ultimately it paid off, and in
Okay.
a good way, I would say.
All right. So how is it now that you have reached where you wanted to go?
Yeah, matlab, it's very good, and it's meeting my expectations as well, ISI. Like it's different from other colleges, I would say, in the sense that here, well, like in other colleges, people talk outside studies as well. They have extra things, hobbies. They talk about movies, the sports, and something like that. In ISI, they also do that. Like they are not like that something we're only talking about studies. But here the thing is some discussions about studies, some research papers, like this has been written in this, like some assignments, how to solve this and this. This is a bit more,
Okay.
yeah. And also in ISI, the focus is more on studies. Like in other colleges, there are room for fun as well. In ISI, the routine is is simple. Like you have to wake up, attend classes, and then come back home. Now, after coming back home, one can just have fun, but there is no time actually. Someone has to study, revise what has been done
Okay.
because the other the next day if we don't revise, we'll not understand what the uh, professor is trying to say. So yeah, it's a bit different, but yeah, it's interesting.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. It's a great journey. Any any thoughts you have to share with younger people?
Yeah, I would just say one thing, like first of all, we need to have a goal in life, if not a long-term goal, a short-term goal as well. Like what we want to do in the next couple of months or in the next couple of years, or in the couple of years, I would say that would be long-term. Like in the current year, where do we want to take ourselves at after 1 year? Or look ourselves at. So first of all, we need to take a, a, a aim. We need to take a aim first because that is the first step. The second is like we have to become become mad at it. Like we have to in a movie, the hero becomes mad for the heroine. Similarly, we have to become mad for the goal. Like I have to get the goal at any cost. If I have to fight with the villain, I have to fight. Here, villain is the obstacles, it is and the everything. So yeah. So uh, and then as I said, we have to work hard because one may be talented, but uh, like talent is something like if we are on a stairs, the talented person is like one step ahead, मतलब, one stair ahead. But through hard work, if he doesn't work hard, he'll remain in that state, and the guy who is just behind he'll will pro- he'll proceed. So hard work is very important because hard work, I say, is greater than talent, and it's inevitable. We have to work hard to get something.
All right.
It will
Great.
not come out of that. Yeah.
Okay. That's
That's
great.
it.
So it's a very successful journey with many failures in between and anxious moments and all that. And I'm glad you have shared it so openly. And it's inspiring also, I'm sure, for young people that one failure doesn't mean the next failure, right? A failure is just a failure, and you can bounce back. Okay. Anything else you want to add here?
Yeah, like persistence is important. Like we shouldn't like th- there there will be phases when one will be sad or depressed, like nothing is going in our way. But it's just a process. Like God is just trying to see like how much He can bear. After that, if someone is persistent, God will reward, I would say.
Okay. All right,
Someone
let's
is
wrap it up here. Maybe we come back to you in a year to see what your thoughts are on ISI, which is, of course, one of the premier institutions, if not just in India, but perhaps in the world. They take very talented students and make them work very hard. And so we'll see where you are 1 year from now. Let's say bye to the viewers now, Shovik, and I'll be back
yeah.
with another young person or an expert soon. Okay, bye, everybody.